What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing the Sacramento Kings. And man, where do I start? This Kings team, after missing the playoffs last season, and the season before that, being one of the top seeded teams in the Western Conference. This season, with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, they looked like they were going to be poised to be better when it comes to the West, right? Be better, be amongst the teams in the Western Conference. But that has not happened. This team, after dropping their last game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, have now lost 4 games in a row. Is it time to be worried? Yes. If you are a Sacramento Kings fan, it's time to be worried. You lose to the Thunder, you lose to the Nets, you lose to the Clippers. It's definitely time for concern. It's definitely time for concern. And you lose to the Hawks. It's time for concern. Sabonis he's playing great nightly. Outside of the last game, we know what De'Aaron Fox has been capable of. But Kevin Huerter is hit or miss. Keegan Murray, his 3-point shooting, hit or miss. When I look at how they play now with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, I think that's where they may have gotten it wrong. I don't think the game that DeRozan likes to play and the style of play that the Kings like to play is a marriage that's going well. And that's just me on the outside looking in, right? I can only tell what's going on by watching the games. And you look at games where Kevin Huerter scored 0 points. He played 10 minutes. He scored 0. Keon Ellis had 8. Keegan Murray did have a double-double with 14 and 10. He shot 6 for 15 from the field, 2 of 8 from 3. De'Aaron Fox, in this particular game, the defense was exceptional. When you look back at this particular game and you look at how Lou Dort and Jalen Williams was defending De'Aaron Fox, he played 40 minutes. He went 5 of 14 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line with 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 14 points. He has been, over the course of the last week, about week and a half, has been one of the hottest players in the league. They kept him under his average. Sabonis did have a double-double with 21 points and 10 rebounds. But DeRozan did have 30. Let's not make that assumption like DeRozan didn't play a great game. But this Sacramento Kings team I think it's time. I think it's time to pay attention closely to what's been happening lately, because as the Western Conference standings now are looking, they are a bottom tier team. Right above them is the Minnesota Timberwolves, who I'm worried about also at 8-8. They are 500. But the Kings being 8-10, just doesn't sit well with me. If I'm a Sacramento Kings fan, I am very worried. You look at who's above them in the standings in this Western Conference. The funny thing about this is you can have a week like the Kings just had, and then you could turn around and have a week, let's say, like the Grizzlies just had. We could look at a Grizzlies team who is 11-7 right now. But when I look at this Sacramento Kings team, I'm worried. Malik Monk just came back from injury, but he did, he looked like he was ailing at something towards the end of the game, even though it was a blowout. You look at the non-existent Kevin Huerter, the inconsistent shooting of a Keegan Murray. The only 2 players that you got to lean on that's consistent nightly is Fox and Sabonis. You can sprinkle in DeRozan. I'm not saying DeMar DeRozan is not a great player. Let's not get that confused. I just think the fit is not good. I just think this fit with this particular team is not it. I think this team needs to be playing at a faster pace. I think this team needs to get more spacing on the floor when you have Sabonis and, Fox. You already got Sabonis in the paint, and we know DeRozan likes to work foul line down. So it's like and then if Fox isn't on the perimeter, he wants to get to the rim. I feel like around the paint area is too congested with those three guys. Like I said, you got DeRozan playing the foul line down. You have Sabonis in the paint. I just personally don't think this was a good fit. Do it look good on paper? Of course. Of course, we can say that pretty much about any team. But this Sacramento Kings team being 12th in the West, I don't think it looks good. I wouldn't be surprised if they start, looking at other options sooner rather than later. Maybe a Zach LaVine. But this Kings team definitely has to start trending in the right direction. I don't think they can afford more losses, as we start to get down the stretch into the new year. I don't think they can afford more losses because you don't want to be a 20-loss win team in the Western Conference this early. You don't want to be a 20-loss win team. And they're trending in that direction. You already have 10 losses. And we're 18 games into the season. So we're saying about time All-Star break get here, there'll be 16-20. That's not good. So we'll see where things go for the Kings going forward. I don't think Mike Brown is the problem. I think he's a great coach. I just think it's about players fit and, where things trend that way. I think as far as trades are concerned, don't be shocked if you hear rumblings about them moving on from Kevin Huerter, possibly Keegan Murray. You look at guys coming off the bench, maybe they move on from guys like, dare I say not Davion Mitchell. They moved on from Davion Mitchell. I meant to say Keon Ellis. But guys like that who may be, on the outs. Yes, they are rotational players. Yes, they are guys that are, pieces. But for this Kings team, I think they need to make a splash. But they won't. I don't think they add. I said Zach LaVine, but I don't think they add LaVine because LaVine and DeRozan didn't work in Chicago. So that may be a name that I threw out there, but not one that actually sticks. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Sacramento Kings fans, NBA fans, basketball fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into the channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.